What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? This is DJ's Raw and Cut Truth. Give you the raw content that you deservedly need. And today's video is the Hornets came up, quote unquote, short against the Los Angeles Lakers. I told you all what was going to happen. I told you all. And Andre Drummond didn't even have a good game. Andre Drummond had 4 measly points. He did have 12 rebounds. But he didn't have a good game at all. Shout out to Drop the Mic. Shout out to King C. Says Hornets came up short. AKA, no pun intended, Tay-Bay. Yeah, let's speak about Devonte Graham. So Devonte Graham, and he has a lot of fans, believe it or not. They come through the chats. They think he's a starter and all this stuff. They're justifying why he played more minutes than LaMelo starting out, that he started over LaMelo. That should never happen. So this was his chance to be a star. And Devonte played 31 minutes. He shot 7 for 19 field goals. And shout out to Ann Learn. He said what's good. 3 for 13 of 3. 19 points. And he shot horribly this whole game. And he got upstaged by Alex Caruso. Devonte Graham had key turnovers. And he showed you why I've been consistent and said the whole time that Graham is not starting material. Y'all saw it today. You know what's crazy? I talked with a couple Laker fans. What they've told me is if Terry Rozier would have played, they would have won the game. That's true, because Terry Rozier, one thing he could do, he's clutch. That's something that Devonte, he's not really clutch as what you think he is. Devonte, he takes a bunch of shots, and you may get one lucky 3 from a deep range, but that's just truth. That's not hate. That's truth. Mattless X says, yo, are you going to talk about somebody snitching on Jackson State football? Let me know what's going on with that. Who's snitching on who? Said, what's good? What's good, Brett Law? Slap the like button. Yep. Smooth Shaw says, I can't even watch the games without LaMelo. Just been watching Knicks. It's been hard out here, man. Yeah, I think the Jackson State thing, that probation thing was earlier in the season. But I got to get some information on that. He said, F the Hornets, man. Y'all turned up today. You guys like and share the comments. Make sure to let everybody know we're live. But I told everybody today, we're going to see how good Devonte Graham is. And boy, did he come up short. This is a difference between him and LaMelo Ball. And I'm putting people on the grill today. I'm putting a lot of folks on the grill. Because I remember a lot of people were telling me and everybody else that it was justified that Devonte Graham should start out before LaMelo. They actually believed this. And they were saying that he was the better option starting out and try to lie to the public about that. That's not true. Devonte Graham is a teacher's pet. He never spoke out about his coach playing that horrible zone defense. At least Terry Rozier have. Terry Rozier has spoken out about it. Miles Bridges has spoken out. But there was one player who never speaks out. Really, two. I say three. The Martin twins, they ain't going to say much to the coach, as well as Devonte Graham. Oh, yeah, Brett Law, we putting them on the grill today. I told you this was going to happen. Antler says, I try to watch the game and seeing both twins on the floor at the same time, trying to do too much. Yep, they're hard to watch. Who wants to watch that? And they didn't put Grant Riller in the game. And they didn't put Vernon Carey and Nick Richards in the game. What type of development is this? I hate when coaches put favorites in the game. I hate when they can't trust a young player because they weren't there the other year, so he got to give them minutes. No, this is a man's game. This is the NBA. Know your roles. The Hornets got a bunch of bench players that think they're stars. They were doing that when LaMelo was playing. They were looking him off. What's up, JG? They would look at him off, playing a bunch of hero ball, not playing as a team, and you saw what happened. That's what you saw. What I saw today was the reason why I don't watch too many. It's hard to watch a LaMelo game when he's not playing on the court. Nobody's trying to watch that. Nobody's trying to watch broken plays and erratic just play. It's not fun and it's not winning. The Hornets won't get to the place they want to go until they get to a culture of everybody having a defined role. When you have a coach that makes excuses for his favorites, you get what you get today. Make sure you subscribe to Drop the Mic, man. He has a great channel. He has a great just content out there. Support the brother. Shout out to Uncle Vern. He said the game was shitty. It was shitty. Who wants to watch that shit, man? Cambrio Roberts, again with a gem. He said, can't know your role when the coach doesn't give you one. Exactly. But can you believe that some people are saying that James Borrego deserves to be Coach of the Year? Are you kidding me? Coach of the Year? But you can't put your troops in line? You can't even tell a certain player that you're cool with, hey, man, I know I gave you minutes, but in this game, I want you to play a different style. I want you to play within the system. He lets everybody else do what they want to do. But when LaMelo, and tell me if I'm wrong, when LaMelo messed up on anything, making a rookie mistake, what did James Borrego do? Take him out, right? That's what he would do. He would take him out. And then tell him on the sideline, hey, we can't do that. But when Devonte Graham does this, it's World War III. This is bad basketball, man. And credit to the Lakers, man. They showed up. Kyle Kuzma played a good game. Even though he's 4 for 12, he was a presence. And Miles Bridges, he did what he could. I'm happy for Miles Bridges. Now I know Cody Martin had 17 and 10, but besides the starts, I'm tired of the look-offs and everything else with the Martin twins. It's horrible play. They should never have the power to be doing that shit. Ever. This is not about you. It's about the team. Not about you at all. You see, it's funny. They claim that since we're fans of LaMelo Ball, that we just care about him getting stats and everything else. But what have we been saying this whole time? Style of play, playing together, playing within the system, right? Everybody having a role. So why do they act like most fans who are fans of LaMelo Ball only care about him doing well, but not the team? When the Hornets do not win a game, it's not good. There was games where LaMelo would have a triple-double or near a triple-double, and we'll still be ticked off about the team not winning. But they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that truth. Brett Law says, talk to him, DJ. You've been consistent from the beginning. I have been. I have been. Now, I want y'all to hear something from Bismack Biyombo. Look what he says about this game and about the team. I'm about to play it. Oh, speaking of old media heads, we will be talking about this. Shannon Sharpe, and we talked about this earlier in the show. Shannon Sharpe pulled the cardinal sin, and I couldn't fault Kevin Durant at all. Shannon Sharpe used a fake quote to diss a player on TV the other day, and KD snapped on him. That's why you got to make sure your quotes are legit. Very unprofessional by Shannon Sharpe, and that's why I'm not really a big fan of his. It's just an act. But here's what Bismack Biyombo had to say about the game. He even said something about LaMelo Ball.
This is Omar Miller, and you're watching the three.
Okay. Let me see.
Able to show that, the coaches have given us a really good game plan going into each and every game. So, the mentality is still the same going into the game and trying to win the game. And I think that's what we tried to do tonight.
Well, I know Bismack Biyombo's talking about winning the game, but can you tell your coach to stop playing that damn zone defense? Think about it. If the Hornets would just play man-to-man in some games, they probably would have won more.
Biz, you got off to a pretty good start in the first quarter, 6 points, 4 rebounds. What was working for you early?
I don't think it's just about what was working for me. I think what was working for the team should be a thing because, at the end of the day, it's about winning and losing. We were just doing the...
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear what Bismack had to say? It's about winning and losing. That's the mindset that the Hornets got to have. Stop worrying about getting your touches and your shots. Stop looking off young players because you want to get your shine. There was no reason for Miles Bridges and Jalen McDaniels to get less touches than Devonte. No reason at all. They've been on fire. They've been a reason why they had a win streak in certain games. There was no reason at all for them to be doing that. It's about winning shit. And until the Hornets get that mindset, they're going to be in limbo until they adopt that mindset.
I think the ball was moving. We were running a little more up and down. We're sharing the ball a little more. kind of slow down as the game goes on in the second half. And
Y'all hear that right there? They started out sharing the ball, moving the pace up, and what did he said afterwards? They slowed the pace down. That's that ISO hero ball stuff. That's when they started to do in the second half. Y'all saw it. So everything we've been talking about in new media, he's saying this. What they did, how they lost this game. They slowed the pace down and started to go away from their ball movement. Now, he didn't say that. Let me talk, but when he says we went to a fast pace, sharing the ball, and then in the second half, we slowed the pace down. What does that mean? Basketball common sense. When anybody does that, that means you're taking horrible shots, you're doing ISO ball, and you're not playing as a team. And that's why the Hornets lost. And they had a lead. I actually thought the Hornets were going to win this game. And then they went back to old bad habits.
also running the floor as well, which opened up a lot of things for us.
Richard?
Richard Walker, CarolinaSportsHub.com. Caleb Martin got to start with all the injuries. He had a big game tonight. What have you seen from him, and what did you notice that made his game so good tonight?
I mean, I think Caleb always work. You know, when you put in the work, you should never be concerned about.
Sorry, I had to say this. You know, you ain't got that many talent when you had to think about it and say, well, he works hard. You know you ain't got no damn talent. I mean, he made it to the NBA. Kudos to him. You know, it's not really easy. It's not easy to make the NBA. But you know you ain't that guy. When you have to think about it, well, he works hard. Oh, Lord, man. Even though Bismack Biyombo got like brick hands and can't catch the ball, he's a cool dude, man. He's cool.
When your number is called, because you know, most of the guys on our team stay ready, and whenever your number is called, you just gotta show up and play. And I think he showed that tonight. And you know, and Jalen have done the same in the past few games, and he continued to do so. Miles. So for us, the mentality has always been the same. We get in the gym, we get better, and we get prepared, no matter what happens down the road.
Jacob?
Hey, Biz. On Sunday, Miles kind of mentioned about having LaMelo back and just kind of him providing just a little bit of energy for you guys, even when he's out. I mean, what's it been like having him back around the team? And do you kind of get that sense of him kind of lifting spirits and whatnot while on the bench?
You know, I think it's always great to have, you know, whether it's Melo back, whether it's Gordon Hayward, you know, guys that I heard just being around the team, supporting other guys, because we treat ourselves as family, you know. So whenever the next guy goes down, you got to make sure you're there for the guy that's playing and supporting him. And I think we have done a tremendous job at that. And that's the culture we're trying to build here, and we're going to continue to stay on that path.
Danny?
Biz, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Biz. Danny Thompson with the three-point conversion. You've been around the NBA playing in different locations with different teams, and you've always said next man up. But have you been in a situation where it's been so many next man up situations like has been going on this season?
That's to be honest, coming into this season, we all understood the sacrifice that people had to make. It's the same thing, same decision that players made going into the bubble. Obviously, we never see players go down this way, and I think for us, you know, got it. You know, the big emphasis this year.
But yeah, man, Bismack Biyombo, ultimate professional. As he points out, LaMelo's energy, LaMelo, he brings the team life. And it's very different than what the people said about what he'll be, what LaMelo would be. They thought LaMelo was going to be some ignorant kid who doesn't know about sports. But they were wrong. They were absolutely wrong. And it's funny that they said this in high school about LaMelo's character. They said that he was uncoachable. That was a lie. They say he's not a team player. That was a lie. So that's important about new media. We're bringing the truth to our people, bringing the truth that you deservedly need. Now, I'm about to show you, and shout out to Taufiki in the building, James Borrego, and what he said after the game. I'm about to upload this real quick.
JB, do you think you'll have any of these guys, injured guys, back tomorrow?
I have no idea, Rick. I really don't. I just got no updates. Just came out of the game. That's all I know right now. I really don't know anything.
Yeah, I'm watching this video, man. You could tell that James Borrego is pissed off that he lost this game. He's pissed off. And shout out to Brett Law. He said, slap the like button, family. Let's buck the old media algorithm as much as possible. Yeah, they're messing up with the lives, man. As you can see, they're messing everything up. Y'all hit the likes button.
Sure. It had been assumed, based on what we'd heard in the past, that Malik would probably be the first of the three long-term guys back. Is that still your impression?
I mean, I don't have an update on him. I really don't. I wish I'd give you something. I really don't have an
understand
for you.
I understand.
Maybe tomorrow we'll know a little bit more. But
as you can hear the tone of Coach James Borrego, you could tell he has a lot of stuff in his mind. They lost this game in the Eastern Conference. It's so packed right now. So many teams that are vying for playoff spots. He's thinking about, man, how am I going to get my team healthy enough to survive? To survive. That's what he's thinking about. The Hornets right now, and this is an update, the Hornets are in the 7th seed. Didn't I tell you guys? This is after one loss. If they lose again, they could be in the play-in level. Shout out to WC Brooklyn. He says Shannon, a crybaby. KD put him on blast. Yes, he did. KD did put him on blast. How in the hell you gonna put a fake quote and then act innocent, and then Shannon Sharp buck dance himself talking about let's talk in private. No, you put a fake quote out there. There is no talking in private. You can't backtrack and act like the innocent one when you're out here putting fake quotes. You just can't do that. But back to the Hornets. The Hornets are the 7th seed. Now, remember, Shines were telling me and everybody else in new media, right? That, oh, don't worry about it. They ain't gonna go that far. They ain't gonna fall too far. They're in the 7th seed. And guess who they play next? After the Cleveland Cavaliers. After they play the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're playing the Brooklyn Nets after that, then the Trailblazers, then the Knicks, then the Hungry Bulls, then the Cavs, then the Celtics, then the Bucks, and then the Celtics again. But hey, we don't know anything, man. We just we just fans, right? We just fans, right? I try to tell them. And here's a kicker. They try to accuse us of wanting the Hornets to lose. Why would we want the Hornets to lose? We don't want the Hornets to lose. That's having a losing culture. You know, you don't want LaMelo to associate. If LaMelo could come back, wouldn't you want him to be in the playoffs? See, but I was just stating the truth. This is a tough schedule coming up. That's all it is. It's truth. David F says Borrego going to be looking for a job, God willing. Shannon called Katie a hoe on the podcast. Yeah, I remember that. And now he trying to act like the innocent one. Get out of here. But let me finish up this clip.
Under the circumstances, how do you think you guys played?
I thought we played hard. I thought we played well. I mean, yeah.
No, James Borrego, you played hard, but y'all didn't play well. The zone defense was disastrous, and it was the reason why the Lakers came back in that game. Playing hard is one thing. Playing well is another, and the Hornets did not play well. You talk to any Hornet fan that's very objective, they say they gave that game away. Talfi says the Hornets had the game in blue leads. Yeah, I can't believe this coach went on the media and talked about they played well. Like you said, Talfi, autopilot defense. I want to claim that this team played well. What's going on here, man? This is the reason why people gripe with James Borrego. There's no authenticity at all. And you know why he said they played well even though they didn't? To lower the tensions of the media and fans. Fans are coming back. Fans have already came back. But anyone who knows basketball knows the Hornets did not execute well in this game. And the Lakers, rightfully so, took advantage of it. So no, James Borrego, the Hornets did not play well, but they did play hard.
We did. We battled. We battled tonight. You know, I'm proud of the guys. They battled tonight. They did what they could. I thought they gave us a great effort. They competed. And we had the ball down one. You know, it's all you can ask for in that situation.
Oh, James Borrego. But you know what's funny? James Borrego's not going to tell you what happened in that last minute. Come on, JB. Tell him what happened. I'll tell you what happened. Devonte Graham choked. He had costly turnovers and bad shots in the last minute of the game. And I tell you one thing, if Terry Rozier was playing and the roles were reversed, Terry Rozier could most likely hit those shots and not choke in the last minute. I'm just being real with y'all.
So just got to keep battling. You know, got another one tomorrow. Can't hang our heads. But I thought, given the circumstances, the guys continue to compete and play hard.
Well,
JB, you guys got 50 points in the paint against one of the better rim protectors in the league. How much of that can be used kind of as a teaching tool for you guys going forward, especially given how shorthanded you guys were tonight?
Yeah, those are areas we can score. You know, obviously we didn't have a ton of shooting on the floor tonight. You know, that was our one way to score. Obviously it wasn't enough. Needed a few more of those tonight, but it's encouraging. You know, I think that was the strength of this group that played tonight.
Cambria Roberts, you're right. He doesn't want to blame his favorites. He doesn't even want to be critical. There was times in the season, and correct me if I'm wrong, when LaMelo had an error, James Borrego will point that out in the press conference. He did that earlier in the season. Most people say, oh, that's just good coaching, just correcting it and stuff. But he doesn't even want to do that with his favorites in the press conference. He didn't want to say, well, you know, we got to clean up on our turnovers. We had a costly turnover with Devonte in a minute. He'll be just fine. We just need to clean it up. So, see, you're educating, but you're not really throwing him under the bus. He couldn't even do that, which is sad. Couldn't even do that. Red Scorpion says they lost to the weak Lakers. They lost to the Lakers B team. And I know that this is the Hornets B team, but still, shout out to Douglas Golden Child, man, my brother, man, supporting all the videos, man. He's supporting new media to the fullest, man. Y'all know what to do. Aquarius21 says, DJ, is this why the Hawks coaching change is different to Hawks success? Yeah. The Hawks saved their season with that coaching change. Now, I want all brothers to do well in the NBA coaching, but Lloyd Pierce wasn't in. Let's be real. So, shout out to Coach McMullen. He's doing an excellent job for the Atlanta Hawks. That's why change is always good. Change is good, man. And I gotta say kudos to Atlanta Hawks because they was going down south. They was going nowhere until that move was made. Taufik says, DJ, I love how you put my savage comments on the screen so quick. Hey, man, we unfiltered the new media. We unfiltered. David F says, if Melo did that, he'd be ripping his ass in post game. Yeah, he would have. Well, Melo needs to learn. He just can't do that. You got to play with our system. Y'all know he would have done that. I dare somebody to come in these comments talking about, oh, he wouldn't have said that to LaMelo. Come on, man. Red Scorpion, yeah, he is only critical of LaMelo. I'm just going off what I've seen. Y'all all seen the interviews this year. Oh, yeah, the 2015 Hawks was good. They were a good team, man. They played the right way. They was actually funny. They were a good team. Cambria Roberts says, yes, he was the reason people say that Melo was a turnover machine when the others were doing the same thing. I remember that. Y'all remember? Hey, we're not making this up. Look at the interviews when LaMelo was playing. When LaMelo had a 5 turnover game, but they won and LaMelo was clutching the game, the coach was complaining about that instead of celebrating the victory. But now he don't want to point out. You see, James Borrego pointed out the last minute, but he didn't point out the error of the last minute because Devonte Graham is his favorite.
He was getting to the rim and finishing, and they did a good job of that. To get 50 against that team in the paint, I thought that was encouraging for him.
No, James Borrego against that team without AD and LeBron. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop making excuses. This is not – come on, man. The Laker fans, because I know a lot of them, in the first half, they didn't even think they were going to win that game. They didn't even think they were going to win that game. So I don't know what he's talking about against that team. Come on, man. The Lakers are playing without AD, LeBron, and some other players as well. Let's not do that, man. Without Morris, without Gasol, even though Gasol's not old Gasol, he's still a body. Shout out to Rye. Let's not make any excuses. And Rye, you hear the excuses that James Borrego's making already? Come on, man. He acting like the freaking B- team is out there. These are the excuses I'm talking about. Moral victories. Over what? Over that team? Rod says he can't coach, bro. You see that, bro? Hey, didn't I tell y'all about that auto zone defense, man? Caruso lit him up. I told my homies, I said, watch JB go back to that zone. JB went right back to the zone, and Caruso lit him up like he stole a ham sandwich out of Rouse, like Coach Joe would say. Shout out to the OG. Shout out to J&J Video. Shout out to Red, man. Shout out to the homies. Drop the mic. Master Pierce says Lakers are just as bad without their stars. Facts. Man, I've been rooting for the Lakers for the longest. I know this team they got right now that played today, they weren't supposed to win that game. But JB handled them that game. Rye is a stone cold Laker fan. He'll tell you that the team that was fielded right now, when the playoffs come, they're not going to play that much, most of those players. And to say, that team we just played tonight, man, that was just, come on, man. He acting like LeBron, AD, and the Morris twin, and Gasol was out there, and they had a close game. Come on, stop the excuses. Brett Law says, can't tell if it's Cash App Drew 06 or Cash. Wait, let me see. 06. It's 06. It's 06, Brett Law. Yeah, thank y'all for supporting, man. YouTube messing up my algorithm. Y'all know how it is, man. Rod says, do you think Melo will play in the playoffs? Hey, he looks like he may come back in the playoffs, but the Hornets got to do their part, Ryan. The Hornets got to do their part, man. They can't have LaMelo just getting ready to play the playoffs and they don't win the games they're supposed to win. They can't do that, man. David F. said Kuzma lit him up. Yeah, Kuzma destroyed them. This was easy. This was an easy game by Kuzma. But guess what defense the Hornets are playing? The auto zone defense. And he got the looks all night, bro. All night. Barbecue chicken all night, man. Shout out to Master Pierce for the $5 super chat, man. This brother believes in what new media is doing. I thank you, my brother. I truly thank you so much. Taufik says David F. Kuzma that been struggling scored. Yeah, Kuzma's been struggling lately, but he found his groove against the Hornets. That's the perfect team to do it. If I'm a player in the NBA and if I'm struggling and I can't get any good looks, I'm happy to see a zone. Because you play a zone and you got miniature guards guarding you. Man, that's barbecue chicken all night. Brad Law says everyone show love to Master P. Yeah, Master Pierce called Master P. Ray says, do you think JB will keep Miles Bridges in the start lineup when Melo comes back? I hope so. He better. You better keep him out there. You better keep him out there. I truly don't like how the Hornets are treating Miles Bridges, man. And shout out to Call Me Fahu says, bruh, what makes the AutoZone defense good? Nothing. It's just this coach is arrogant, man. He thinks that his system alone is the only way they're gonna get wins, and he don't believe in changing it up. Coaches who settle for the same things usually mess up. That's what happens. So his arrogance is causing all this I'm not gonna change up. I'm not gonna go from zone to man. That's the reason. Let me see. Douglas Goldenchild says DJ is cooking tonight. JB is terrible. Yes, he is terrible. And the fat guy Charles Barkley voice. King C giving the brother the flowers today, man. Thank you, my brothers. So let's finish this inept interview by JB.
Let's go to Sam, and then we'll try to come back to Annie later.
JB, Caleb making his second start of the year, 17, 10, and 5. What did you think of his performance tonight and kind of setting the tone for that starting unit and stepping up with no Terry tonight?
Yeah, I thought he played well. I thought he gave us good minutes. He gave us what he could. I thought he was aggressive, both ends of the floor. So Caleb helped us tonight. I thought he was very effective.
I don't care if Caleb scored 50 points. I don't care if he helped. I better not see him. I better not see him getting any more minutes like that, man. But then I tell you, every time you get a Martin starting, most likely you're going to lose that game. And they lost today. Bartrand says players should be insulted that the coach falls into that zone. Yeah. By you telling a player that we're staying on zone, you're telling them that the coach doesn't trust them to play man. That's offensive if I'm a player. What you mean I can't play man? I'm not good enough to play man. Brett Law, you caught that inept interview. Oh Lord, man. He has got to be kidding me. Yeah, man. You see, he got his favorites. They just lost a game that they should have won. And Laker fans will tell you that they would like, man, they made it out of that game. They didn't even think they were gonna win in the halftime. But JB kept giving them the game. Lakers are playing with players again that are not going to be playing that many minutes in the playoffs. Especially when LeBron come back. You know that's not going to happen. New media, I told you guys that Pepe Le Pew goes to what's broken after beating a short-handed team. That's why they're on a losing streak. And then they're in the 7th seed. They're in the 7th seed, but hey, man, we don't know anything. We just fans, right? But we keep being right, huh? I was only wrong on a slight thing, but everything else I've been right. Uncle Vern says they won't be there next season. Toppy said we survived a near blowout and blew Charlotte out. Master Pierce says the Lakers couldn't score. Charlotte shouldn't put them away when they went up by 9. Right, man. So right, Master Pierce. So right. DG says, I feel you with the Martin twin, but they low-key had no choice with all the injuries. I know that. I'm just saying when they come back, when they get healthy enough, you don't want to be playing with the Martin twins that much. You see what happens when they play, man. You're not going to win that game. They may sneak out a game here and there, but they're below 500 when the Martin twins are starting. Did y'all remember people in the comment section defending the Martin twins? Saying that's not happening. They looking off LaMelo. They looking off young players who are balling. But let's check out the interview with Kyle Kuzma and hear what he had to say. The brother who just lit up that auto-zone defense, autopilot defense that Taufik be saying.
Yeah, I had some pretty rough cramps going back to last game, and it kind of just really carried over.
All right, no wonder you got them cramps, Kuz, because Julius Randle was on his game, man. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, brother.
Kind of just bit me in the butt today, but I just fought through it, and just trying to help the team out as much as I could. So. Just got through it.
Yeah, so you had the 4 threes, so 2 of them at the end of the second quarter, and then 2 early in the second half. It was Seuss Lance suggested on the broadcast maybe some of the shooting numbers lately. He wondered if that was attributable at all to the calf. Is that something you've been kind of dealing with now for the last week and change? And how did you get over to that middle stretch of the game today?
Just trying to find my touch. I've been been in a little slump.
Y'all see the difference of culture. So the media member guy asked Kyle Kuzma, was his shooting slump because of his calf soreness? Kyle Kuzma does not make an excuse, says he needs to work on it, repetition, and everything else. You see the difference? You see the difference? So small market teams, y'all got to stop making excuses when you lose games. And stop settling for mediocrity. Kyle Kuzma could have been making excuses why Julius Randle destroyed him last game. But he answered it maturely and said, hey, man, I got to work on this, man. I got to work on my game. I got to grow my game out. I got to work on my shots. That's the difference. Master Pierce says Randall bust Amy and everybody in LA put him put on him. Oh man, Randall was a menace. Julius Randle was out for blood against the Lakers.
But it was good to see some go in. Hopefully I can carry it over. Still didn't shoot well enough today from three, but it's a start. I'm just trying to get back to where I was for majority of the year. So
Brett Law says Kuzma wouldn't have that response before LeBron joined. Got the Lakers out of mediocrity. Oh yeah, no matter what you say about LeBron James, he don't want any mediocre responses, anything around that freaking franchise when he's playing. Teams that he's associated with. He took that out the locker room. He said, "Hey man, we ain't about to do this shit. We getting that mediocrity shit out of this locker room."
In the zooming out just a little bit, you guys play better generally on the road. Do you think having fans now for the first time at back at Staples can even some of that out? Is that, I assume, something you're quite excited about?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be really fun. Obviously, Staples misses fans in the arena, and we do too. It's going to be really exciting to have fans back, especially as a Boston fans. So, only fitting to have fans during that game, and to have fans in the championship banner raise whenever that is in May. So, it's exciting.
Dave.
Chris, I got two quick ones for you. One, you guys are a group that many of you were together to win a championship, so I don't want to overblow this, but you guys go 4-3 on this extended road trip, missing two of your better players. What does that do for the group?
We got champions on the roster, and we got some hard playing players that really want it. So, I think we've done a great job.
Well, look at that. The Lakers are 4-3. Nobody thought the Lakers were going to be 4-3. Like Kuzma said, they got champions on the roster. They understand how to win. Everyone has a role. Again, everyone has a role. So you see the difference between championship teams and teams like the Hornets who go on here, lose a game, making excuses, making sure their role players who are starters take all the damn shots they want, not get Miles Bridges involved or McDaniels involved. That's what you get tonight. But as Kuzma eloquently said, they know how to win, even when they're not supposed to win. The Lakers weren't supposed to go 4-3 in this trip with the injuries they had at all. They have exceeded expectations. That's the difference between championship culture and mediocre culture. Mediocre culture will allow players who are favorites to get any shot they want and to control the aspects of their team. Mediocrity can make you make an excuse when you don't execute a play in the last minute of the game, even when you have turnovers, a la Devonte Graham. This is the difference. And this is why the Lakers took that win. No, they didn't hand the win off to the Lakers. The Lakers took it from them. And that's why the Lakers are champions. Championship mindset. Winning at all costs. Knowing what you have to do to get that W. That's all that matters. In this offseason, I want dogs playing with LaMelo. I don't want people to take away LaMelo's show. They're not his talent. They're not close to his talent. And they better realize that. That's another thing the Hornets need. The Hornets need reality. They need a reality check. You can't keep playing this type of style and expect to get away with it. No matter what y'all say about Kyle Kuzma, listen how confident this kid is about what's going on. We got champions on the roster. We know what we're doing. That's the difference.
In the past few games of really figuring out how to win games together, figuring out how to play with one another, and figuring out how to get wins. And that's what togetherness and being tied together. I think during this stretch we've been, really great defensively. Not having our voice out there with Bron and someone that just erases mistakes with AD out there. And
DG says earlier on TNT today, the commentator said the Hornets are slipping down the rankings with Ball being injured. I was like, copy that. Y'all see that, man? Y'all see that? I heard that. I watched that too. When I was at work, when I had time to listen, I had to go in and out listening to the game. And when the commentator said that, I was like, bro, this is what we've been saying this whole time. But not that many people took us seriously as new media. All because they thought we were just fans of LaMelo and we didn't know what we was talking about. But see, the main networks are saying the same thing we're saying. Y'all now seeing that, right? Y'all now seeing that. How many times I got to be around here and say, I told you so? So all of a sudden TNT says it. That's legit. But when we say it, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all don't know about basketball. Brett Law says LaMelo gone in 3 years. Talfi says LaMelo is on number 2-year team contract, so he could be a free agent in 2 years if the team don't activate the team option in his contract year. Interesting. Zupa says gone from Charlotte. Brett Law says consider supporting new media movement by supporting Cash Out. Donations go directly to the movement without YouTube stealing 30%. Yeah, they do steal 30%. Thank you for supporting all my work, my brother. It means a lot, man. Aquarius 21 says, DJ, you believe MJ will make changes at the end of the season? If JB doesn't make the playoffs, why not Mark Jackson or Jason Kidd? They're better options, but I don't know, man. James Borrego hasn't earned that type of power to be, what's the word? Just unfired, so to say. To keep his job. I know unfired is not a word, but James Borrego hasn't earned that type of prestige where he could keep his job through anything. I would love Mark Jackson to have a job, but politics, man. They don't want a brother doing well, man. They don't want a brother doing well. Yeah, Uncle Vern, they need big changes, man. That's what they need. None of this passive-aggressive stuff they doing. But, man, this has been a fun show. Just wanted to give my perspective, man. The Hornets did come up, quote-unquote, short. But, hey, it is what it is, man. You can only do so much, man. Peace and love to everybody, man. Thank y'all for supporting New Media. Nation United. Thank you for believing in the movement. Thank you for just supporting what we do, man. Let me read this real quick. Zupa says, Mark Jackson got held in Golden State. Now look, Curry played 50 in a game. LeVar was always right. Curry only going to shoot them out of the game unless they have a stacked team. Dingy says, facts only. The proven coaches have room for error. He's unproven. That's facts. He's unproven. So there was nothing that we said that was wrong. What? James Borrego has a .33 something winning percentage. And I was talking about before this season, before LaMelo Ball played. Brello says, always blessed when I make it to the streams. Don't take it for granted. Uncle versus new media. You know, we riding out.
Let me tell you something. Back in my day, let me show you.